Xiaoji was just 23 years old and in his last year of university when he suddenly fell desperately ill.
Suddenly, I couldn't eat, and I couldn't drink. Over time, I lost half my weight. I went to all the hospitals in the city, but I never expected HIV.
HIV was, until then, a disease he had only heard about in the media and had never been taught how to prevent.
At the time, it felt like heaven collapsed. I'd heard of this disease, but I thought it was very far away from me. A disease other people could catch, but not me.
The number of new HIV cases in Chinese aged between 15 and 24 have more than doubled over the past decade. In 15 to 19-year-olds, rates have tripled, and the number of infections among gay men is particularly high. Sex education isn't taught in Chinese schools, and sexually transmitted diseases remain taboo. But one establishment is working to change that. Destination is China's oldest and most well-known gay nightclub. In China, where traditional family values prevail, homosexuality is often rejected. But here, patrons are free to be themselves. But this isn't just a place for having fun, says Liu Yang, who has worked here for more than 10 years. 2 floors above the dance floor is an area dedicated to HIV testing.
Infection rates are high in the gay community. Some are not educated about HIV. They lack even basic knowledge. So we opened a testing center to promote prevention and treatment of HIV so that gay men pay more attention to safe sex for themselves and people around them.
Testing is done discreetly and quickly. Patrons receive results in just 20 minutes. But those diagnosed with HIV face an uphill battle when it comes to finding a job, renting a house, or even maintaining family relationships.
A lot of people don't reveal they have HIV, even to family and friends. And we advise them not to. Because currently there's still a huge amount of discrimination. And many are afraid of how it will affect their lives.
This discrimination gave rise to an unconventional and anonymous way to screen for HIV. Testing kits purchased via vending machines. Dozens of campuses throughout China are piloting the project, including Beijing's Tsinghua University. Selling for about €4, just 10% of what they cost online, they're cheap and efficient. Urine samples are dropped into the machine, and results are posted online after 5 days. Students say it's raising awareness about a topic not openly discussed.
Usually my friends and I don't talk about these issues.
It's good to promote HIV testing, and it's a good thing to put it in the vending machine rather than in a separate area.
While the rate of HIV in the general population is low, 0.07%, the World Health Organization says rates among young people are climbing.
The data is pretty worrisome, but we have also to highlight that 3 out of 4 of these new infections are in men having sex with men.
Launching a celebrity campaign to address the stigma attached to being HIV positive, the World Health Organization says gay men in China often have less access to information about safe sex.
We need to talk about a certain issue. We cannot just leave them under the rug, because then the children will be affected.
Bringing better sex education to China is the mission of Fang Gang, a professor of Beijing's Forestry University. He's been offering sex education workshops and training courses to students and teachers for 20 years, but says good sex education in China is practically non-existent.
The courses that are offered are often backward, or what I call bad sex education. For example, telling students to keep their virginity until marriage. Homosexuality is wrong. Condoms aren't safe. You shouldn't have multiple partners, that kind of thing. The main reason is the social values and attitudes towards sex. We haven't yet reached an attitude which is open enough to embrace different ways of life.
Fang Gang says younger generations are slowly changing China's conservative outlook. But unless there's a shift in attitudes towards both homosexuality and sex education, rates of HIV among young gay men in China will continue to rise.